Zhiyun Weebill S Accessories, like a gimbal microphone. How do you attach a mic to your gimbal? That is what we're going to talk about today. We have the Weebill S and the Crane app here, both mounted with a microphone, and the trick here is to mount it so it won't interfere with the gimbal's movement. So let's take a look at how this is done. Here we go. Oh yeah, so that is the video I made about the evolution race, and the guys and the girls in that race are so tough. I actually shot the whole video using this exact setup, the Crane lab with the GH5 and then a microphone mounted on top to capture some of that audio. And if you are interested in the evolution race, you can go and check out their website. They have a lot about how you sign up for the races, upcoming races, and all that. But now let's take a look at how you mount a microphone on either of these two gimbals. And I also just want to say a big thanks to all you guys who subscribes and supports this channel. It is highly appreciated. And of course, if you're new here, remember to hit the little subscribe button and a little bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Let's get into this Weebill S tutorial. Alright, as I said, it can be a bit tricky to mount a microphone on the Crane app and the Weebill S or any other gimbal you might have, because it might interfere with the gimbal's movement. Alright, so this is the Crane app, and let's take a look at how I add this microphone to this setup. So the important thing here, if you want to add a microphone to the Crane app, is that you get it out of this arm's reach. So when you go into sling mode, the arm will not be in way for the microphone. If you have it on the hot shoe up here, you will have that problem. The microphone will bump right into the arm and you can't use it in the sling mode position. Adding a cage like the small rig right here, I get a tilted cold shoe down here which tilts my microphone out to the side, and I will be able to control the gimbal without hitting this arm. See, if I'm shooting with the gimbal right here, it's not a problem, but as soon as I turn to sling mode, it'll look like this. We're in sling mode now, and if the microphone had been on the hot shoe, I would have hit this arm right here, but we are not. So now you can control your gimbal in sling mode with no problem using a microphone. So therefore, the small rig cage for a camera like the GH5 is a perfect solution. You can also add a cold chute down here on the side, and the microphone will be out of reach of the gimbal's arm as well. So it's just all about be creative, but the important thing is to have it attached to the camera or somewhere close to the camera so it will move with the camera. So let's go over to the Weebill S and see how I did it there. So here we got the Weebill S, and it is fully equipped with a microphone and a monitor. I don't have a battery on here or anything right now because it is actually broken, this one, but you get the idea, right? The thing I did here with the Weebill S is that I had the microphone mounted on the plate in the bottom for the Weebill S transmission system. So it's just all about being creative and use some tools that you might have in your arsenal to get this to work. In the middle of the plate there is a 1/4 screw hole, and then I have this small rig extension where I put the microphone on so it's mounted close to the gimbal and it will move with the camera no matter what angle that I put it in. And the important thing here is that it moves with the camera, because as soon as you go into sling mode, it will be a problem if you had it mounted on, let's say, the gimbal grip here, because the microphone would then point down when putting it to sling mode. When I have it on here on this arm on the gimbal, as soon as I put it into sling mode, the microphone will still be pointing at my subject or in the direction I'm shooting, no matter how I control this gimbal. But if I had it down here, the case would be something else. Let me show you how that looks and why it's not ideal to put it down here. So now I have mounted the microphone to the cold shoe on the gimbal grip instead, and it is totally doable if you're just gonna shoot with it in the normal mode. But as soon as you change to the sling mode, you will see the problem. Suddenly you'll have the microphone pointing down to the ground instead of at the subject, and you will have to take it off and reposition it to make it work. So therefore I recommend trying to find some kind of mounting point on the gimbal that will work. I have this small rig clamp, which is a simple clamp with a screw and 2¼ 3-inch holes. And you can also see there's also a point down here in the front where you can mount something, and it will also be doable to put it there. So it's just all about being creative and finding a way to mount these microphones so it will move with the gimbal. But in this case I actually used the hole in the wireless system base plate to mount this small rig clamp for the microphone. So this is how I add a microphone to my Weebill S setup and my Crane 3 Lab setup, which is right here. I hope this video was useful for you and there was some tips in here you can use so you can get a microphone on your gimbal. So we started 2020 out with another Weebill S and Zhiyun gimbal video. And if you are new here, I have a whole variety of Weebill S videos. If you haven't seen it, I will link some of my Weebill S series down here. And of course, before you go, remember to like and hit the little subscribe button down here for future content. I will be on holiday for the next 2 weeks, but I will still be back here on this channel next Sunday. So until then, I will see you guys back here next time. Thank you.
'Cause we both deserve it all.